Welcome to Tastiers with me, Chef Smiley. On my show today, we got Director of All Productions, Jay Stoyan.
Smiley, thanks for inviting me on the show today.
Thank you for coming.
Very much appreciated.
Today we're going to do a little Q&A for everybody just to introduce my show and get a little feel of what it's all about. All right, so Director Jay will be asking the questions and I will try my best to answer them.
Before we get started again, I want to thank Smiley for letting me come on your show today. If people don't know, Chef Smiley just started a show on our dial, I believe last month.
Correct.
So we're very excited. He's had some wonderful recipes. Talking about recipes, we are looking at his catering menu, and it's really, I love the way it's short and sweet.
Yes.
It's to the point, and
That's
you
right.
have some really, we call it meat and potatoes items on here.
Correct, yeah, that's the basis, you know?
Yeah, the base, right? Puts the meat on the bones.
That's right, that's right.
So let's take a look and let's talk about a few of them and give us your little secrets to each line here. So
yeah, sure.
So how do you make your and actually let's talk about show that first before we do that. Yeah, let's show that and a little bit of history. Tell your history about it.
Yeah, well, this was actually a gift for my kitchen when I moved to my new location. All right, so I just want to show it so you see, you know, it's all about the kitchen. We got the knife, the spoons and forks. Actually, that's eating utensils, so you belong in the kitchen.
Very innovative.
It is.
So let's talk a little bit about the menu now. And again, Smiley was kind enough to ask me on a show today because my diet's really bad. So I need to learn. I need how to learn to improve. I'm getting a little bit up there in age, so I need to learn how to take care of myself a little bit better. But before we get to that, I want to talk about your catering menu here. So what is the difference between your jerk chicken and other jerk chickens without giving too many secrets away?
Well, the main thing I would say is it's all in the how would I word it? The history.
The history?
Yeah, the history. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all in the history. Yeah, and I've been around for a long time, so that my jerk chicken has fed thousands and thousands of mouths over the years.
Now tell me, I know because jerk chicken has a long history, like you said, but tell me what it's like bringing that history to Toronto. Like, what's the feedback you get?
Well, you know, now a lot of people they're in tune to the actual Caribbean food, as they jerk chicken and rice and peas as one of our staple meals. You know, so. You know, pertaining to the taste, I guess, and the we'll say flavor, man.
Okay.
It's all based on proper flavoring, and I got lots of flavor in mine.
So that would be so your menu, and I guess your focus is Caribbean, right? Caribbean food,
well,
or not really? Yeah, a little bit.
Caribbean, a little, you know, Chinese, Italian, a little bit of everything.
So let's talk a little bit about the word, because I hear the word said in two different ways all the time, and I think I just said it. Caribbean and Caribbean.
That's right.
So tell us, what is the proper pronunciation of that word?
Caribbean.
Caribbean. So do you know why people pronounce it different? Like, what's the history behind that?
It's just, you know, everybody has a different language, right? So it's how it comes out of their mouth, basically.
So do the people from the island say Caribbean?
Yeah, we'll say yeah.
Yeah, and maybe the visitors say Caribbean.
Caribbean.
Caribbean. So I'm a visitor, so I would say Caribbean. But talking, I just wanted to segue into the Caribbean food now. How does it fit into the Toronto culture?
Well, now, you know, culture. I mean, the Canadian culture is, as you know, we're very diverse, right? With all makes of life in Canada. So, you know, as being, you know, from the Jamaican culture, we see a lot of people turning to our culture now, you know, wanting to learn and flavor, try our food, you know.
Now, I know it has a little bit of a reputation as being spicy, right?
Yeah,
does it really or no?
Well, yeah, it is to an extent, right? But as for my chicken, I make it so everybody could eat, even newborn babies, as a matter of fact, could try my jerk chicken.
So let's get into a little bit of the cooking aspects, the convenient aspects, the different generations. Like, for instance,
Right.
I'm a little bit past 22.
Right.
Okay, so I have to sort of start to watch myself and what I eat. So and like I'm an active guy, right? I'm not an athlete, but I'm an active guy. I try to take care of myself. So what would you recommend for a healthy and very quick and convenient day? So give me like a little bit of a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner.
Well, yeah, the basis, let's say you usually have to eat like 3 meals a day, right, to keep. So, for breakfast, yeah, you just have, your tea, maybe even toast and some fruit,
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. For lunch, then you'd more look, go towards a maybe sandwich sandwich and salad,
Yeah.
right? And then as for the dinner-wise, you look more to, more the meat and potatoes, like you said.
Meat and potatoes, eh?
Yeah, as the dinner-wise,
And as far as, because we know a lot of people now, they're either vegan or they're vegetarian.
Correct.
And the meat and potato people aren't as much as they used to be. Do you
Right.
find that in your...
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's why, for my spread, I try to make a lot of veggie options, also just to say pertaining, as for my catering business with our premium right now, I feature lots of vegetarian dishes per se, as they have the rice has no meat. I got a chickpeas and potatoes, curry chickpeas and potatoes, sauteed roasted potatoes, pasta, right? No meat. So they have corn, sauteed vegetables. The vegetarians, they got a good option to eat.
So do you think a nice mix is good for everybody?
Oh yeah, for sure.
How about eating meat every day? Is that okay, or is that not good?
No. Too much of one thing is never too good, man. You have to balance it out. Even so, meat one day, say as for like beef, then you have the chicken, then you can switch it over to the fish. For like us, the Caribbean culture or Jamaican culture, we usually like to eat fish on Fridays.
Fish on Fridays.
Right. Yeah. No meat,
No meat.
Like
give yourself a break.
Easter weekend, we eat Good Friday. It's just fish and bread, and then bun and cheese.
So
right? Let's
talk a little bit about the actual aspect of cooking. Now, do you actually enjoy it, or is it a job to you?
Yeah, I enjoy it, man. I love seeing, people, getting, satisfied over my cooking. I've been in it for 25 years, man, So.
And I think that is amazing, because for me, I find cooking it's a job. Well, it's a job. And maybe unless I'm barbecuing, you're outside barbecuing, you got the music going on, you have a beer,
right.
You're relaxing in the sun. But I find inside, which I wanted to ask you is, when I get home after work, and I'm sure I'm not alone, you got your professionals, they get home, by the time they get home at 6, 7 o'clock.
Correct.
A tough day at work.
Long day.
They're burnt out.
For sure.
The last thing they want to do is get in the kitchen and cook an hour meal.
Yeah.
So
I got meals that, you could cook in, say, 10 to 15 minutes if so.
Because this is what I would like Smiley's show to start doing. I've had this idea for a long, long time as a professional. Like I said, when I get home at 7, 8 o'clock,
right.
Are you kidding me? I'm not cooking. And I'm a single guy.
No, by the time you turn around, it's bedtime, right?
Yeah. So what I'd like to start to pass on to you, my idea, you might hate it, is the convenient dinner for the professional at 6 o'clock. So, because this is what I would love to do.
Right.
I would love to have somebody come into my house, or an arrangement.
Yes.
Where they can cook me or whoever 3 or 4 great meals, and I can pick them up on Sunday, or they can be delivered to my house.
Yep.
So when I come home, I have really
just
3 or 4 great meals ready to go, even leftovers. I mean, big meals are good because I'm a leftover guy.
Yep.
And that is so much better than grabbing a submarine or a burger or chicken wings on the way home, right?
Yeah,
and I think there's so many people that are in my position, in everybody's position, where they would love to have a good meal when they get home that's not super expensive.
Right.
Like, it's always on the convenient, the budget, healthy, quick. I think
I do that. I do
Yeah?
that, Jay. I have, as a matter of fact, I got a few clients that I do that for, and some big names too, Even like one of my first ones was a family called Hawkeye Bird Services, I planned their meals for the week. I fixed their meals for them, so all they had to do was come home and just toss it in the oven, and they were good to go.
What kind of meals would they be?
Oh, well, like I said, man.
Pasta, just whatever.
Yeah, pastas. You got the salmons, the potatoes, the rices. Yeah, the vegetables. A little mix of everything.
So
Jay.
could you cook, like let's say for instance, I hired your services.
Right.
And on Sunday you delivered me 3 meals, because in all reality, I might go out twice a week, or if you get 5 meals, I might not be there for 5 times. I might go out. I don't know.
Correct.
So 3 meals. What would you recommend? What kind of meals would you recommend? If I want nice, good, healthy meals that taste good, give me 3 meals that you would recommend?
One of my well, I was gonna feature these actually on my show.
Okay.
But I'll give you a little hint. We'll say maybe, for instance, I'll give you a salmon with maybe say zucchini, and some asparagus.
Okay.
For instance.
Okay. That's pretty healthy, eh?
Right.
Now, can that stay frozen?
Yeah, well, you don't even need to freeze it. Not if you just, as long as it's temperature, like it's pertaining to, say, fridge temperature.
Yeah.
You're good to hold it for at least a week, man.
Really?
Minimum.
Okay, so
Minimum.
so that's
If not
one
more.
meal. So the salmon's one meal. Give me 2 more meals that you'd recommend.
We'll say maybe say we'll go with some sautéed apples. Chicken breasts.
Yeah. Okay.
And maybe some beans,
So when you're cooking the meat,
right.
so you're cooking meat on Saturday night or Sunday, and for delivery Sunday night, but you know these meals aren't going to be eaten until Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
So when you're talking chicken or beef or meat or steaks or whatever, they would come already cooked.
Well,
Right?
not even. No, I wouldn't cook them.
You wouldn't cook them?
No, that's for you to do. You just pop them in your oven or on the stove, and you're good to go.
So say if you don't want to do, say if you just want, because I would want to do, I would want to, this is what I would want.
It, but
I would want to, no, not if it's not going to taste good.
Yeah.
See, this is important. This is why I'm asking you.
tastier,
So,
yes.
so if I'm going to get 3 meals at home,
right.
and I'm going to pick them up, but I'm not going to eat them till Tuesday, Wednesday, or
Yeah,
Thursday.
it's still good to stay in your fridge.
Like the salmon, but not any meat.
Yeah. No, even the meat too. It's good to stay in your fridge. You have a few days good.
Even if it's cooked? Even if it's cooked, right?
Even if it's cooked, yeah.
Because I could do that. Because what I would do is, say if you cook me a steak.
Yeah.
And I know this, I pick up the steak from you on Sunday, or you deliver it to me on Sunday.
Right.
I'll eat that one on Monday, whereas I'll let the other meals go a couple days.
Right. Yeah. It's good, man. They're good to last, man. As long as it's like I said, is the temperature of the fridge is cold. You're good to go for days,
and
even a week.
How would you set up that? How would you set up that payment plan with somebody off the top of your head?
Well, yeah, you could
monthly or
however, weekly, monthly, e-transfer, check, whatever.
And what type of prices would you like to keep the meals to?
Well, yeah, pretty minimal. Yeah, I mean to the basis, man.
Yeah.
I want the customer to get the value of the product, and also the proper flavor and taste.
Because I think it's kind of important. Yeah, I think it's kind of important for someone was to do that process, that they don't want to be spending $25 a meal. That's just crazy. They just can't do that, right? Most people, right?
Yeah.
$10, $12, $8, whatever, depending on what it is, right?
Under $20, man.
Yeah.
Is good.
Yeah.
For a proper meal.
For a proper meal. Mm-hmm. This is good.
Yes.
Very, very interesting.
Yes.
So what I wanted to sort of say is let's get into food that acts as fuel for either young people, for athletes,
right,
or for people who are aging. So what would you recommend kids really intake and stay away from?
Well, definitely, you know, all the too much sugar anyways for the kids, right, is no good. As a matter of fact, for everybody. But as in per se, meal-wise for the kids, you know, kids usually go for, they love their pasta, man, like their spaghetti and the meat sauces or the veggie sauce if they're not meat eaters, right? You know, the macaronis, those is what more the kids go for.
Yep.
Yeah, and really don't have a problem with at all.
Are hot dogs still okay for kids?
Hot dogs can go, yes.
They're
Hot dogs,
okay, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
the
yeah.
hot dogs can go, right, per se. Yeah, they have to mix it. You can mix the macaroni with the hot dogs, and that will go good for the kids.
Now, I know your passion is cooking and is food, but do you pay attention to calories too? Are you a calorie guy at all?
Yeah, to an extent, yes.
Yeah,
yes, like especially nowadays, you know, everybody is trying to be healthy, man. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I work out at our place in Toronto called Variety Village, man, and it's.
Oh, I love Archie.
Yeah, it's an amazing place, man.
How often are you there?
I'm out a minimum two times, if not 3 times out of the week in the water.
Really?
I work out.
You go swimming there in the pool?
Well, yeah, I work out, you know, strengthen my legs, man.
That's
you know?
great.
I gotta try to get back up, Jay.
Get into the gym at all? A little bit?
I have my stuff at home. I don't really need to. Yeah, you know, I got my weights and stuff at home I could work on. But
that's a great
per se, you know, you see 80-year-old ladies bench pressing 100 pounds and stuff. It's like, wow, you know. So these days, everybody's trying to be fit. So you have to be healthy.
If people don't know, Variety Village out by Birchmount Stadium, it's a great facility focused on persons with disabilities in the community. They have a wonderful staff, Archie Allison, great people. I love the track.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah,
like for me, it's the 3 pools and the basketball court, 3 basketball courts.
Yeah,
man.
great, eh?
It's amazing, bro.
Yeah, because we were out there when we covered the Paralympics.
Okay.
When they had the torch going around the track.
No way.
Yeah, we were out there covering with Archie and all that. So I love Variety Village. Great guys.
It's an amazing spot.
So I was going to let's get back to the calories now.
Correct.
So would you, like, do you know, what would you recommend for, say, a person like my weight, like I'm about 170. So about my weight, how many calories of an intake a day, or is that really scientific?
Yeah, well, it comes pertaining, say, with the food, man. You know what I mean? You know, maybe like, say 10 calories or something per se, Jay. You know what I mean? Maybe have a pork chop, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, a baked potato and some broccoli, man. You know, to keep you slim going,
and trim.
Right? Slim and trim. Good physique, my man.
Thank you. So let me ask you this: for yourself, since you're around food all day, right? You're knee deep in food. You're always cooking. You're always thinking.
Yeah.
You're always. Do you enjoy to eat?
Jay, believe me, for me, myself, I'm not a big eater.
Not a big eater, eh?
I drink more than I eat, to tell you the truth, man.
I find a lot of chefs are like that.
I really,
is that,
you know why? Because we're tasting and sampling the stuff pretty much as we're cooking and stuff, right? So we really don't really feel to eat until after we get out of the kitchen.
And I'm sure you're like all critics, you're the hardest critic on your food?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah?
Definitely. It's a given. You know?
Yeah?
Yeah, it has to taste and look good, bro. Presentation and proper flavoring.
So you like the plate, the presentation?
Yep.
That's key?
All of the above.
That's
all
key,
of the
eh?
above.
Do you, before, cause I know my time is running short on your show, but do you have a favorite fancy meal that you like to cook? And do you have a favorite just, mainstream meal?
Well, for me, man, I'm good with, some barbecue, either barbecue, ribs, chicken, it don't matter. Even beef ribs, either.
Yeah.
You know, with a nice rice pilaf, you know, and some asparagus, I'm good with that. And then what my favorite thing is, more or less, I'm a seafood lover, so definitely a nice steamed lobster, you know, with some steam sweet potato and some melted butter.
Oh, I'm a lobster guy. I'm a lobster guy.
Lobster or crab, yep.
Oh, that's
great. I
great.
do all of that, man. I could do it Cantonese style, however you like, man. Yeah.
So I know our time is running short, so I know we're going to be posting a lot of things on our website. We would love to check out Smiley's food tips. He's a wonderful guy, wonderful chef, and he can help you get healthy, right?
Correct.
So, Chef, I really appreciate having me on your show today.
Yes, thank you for coming, my man.
That's
it's
great,
an honor,
buddy.
you know.
Okay, take it away.
Jay Stoyan. Thank you very much. So look out for Tastiers. We'll be coming at you with many, many great food tips. Take care. Chef Smiley.